What's happening? Welcome to the Friday, I guess we can say evening build stream instead of the Friday night build stream. It's kind of the evening. I'm your host, Ben Estrina, over here at the Empower Gaming Computer Studio. Pink hand waving. Yeah, what's up, man? Hey, how's it going over there on YouTube? OG? We're doing a pink build today. Can't imagine who this is for. We are doing a pink build today, and it's for a very special person and for a very special event. So let's go ahead and switch over to the side view here so we can get kind of a better view of everything as we run through. I'll be just kind of dancing over here on the side. But we're going to run through the parts. But before we do that, I want to say happy birthday to a Masha who is getting this awesome pink and white gaming PC for her birthday. So happy birthday. And I hope this will make your birthday even that more awesome. So our goal today is to build this PC and have it ready for pickup as early as possible. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome. So I'm going to be building this, and then we're going to have this hopefully ready for pickup within an hour after the stream, so you can enjoy the stream and watch as your PC comes to life. We're going to go ahead and get started and walk through all the components that we have for the build today. It's kind of our loadout that we always do before we start the build. So starting off, we're going to be working with the AMD Ryzen 5, which is this guy right here. This is the Ryzen 5 4500, which has 6 cores, 12 threads, and a maximum boost of 4.1 gigahertz. Great processor. Especially for starting out. It's going to pretty much deliver... It'll play pretty much any title you want to throw at it, no problem at all. And then you'll be able to also do a lot of multitasking on the PC with it because it's got the 6 cores and the 12 threads. So definitely a great CPU to start with. And that'll be on the AM4 platform, which is going to be the Gigabyte B450 motherboard that we're rocking over there. And we are going to be cooling that CPU with a 240mm AIO. And we have this in white with addressable RGB fans on the top. So it'll be mounted at the top of the pink case back here that you see. And we'll have also 16 gigabytes of DDR4, which are these two sticks here. There's two 8GB sticks, which is by Team Group. This is the Team Group Team Group T-Force Vulcan Z. I don't know why they have to have so many different names in their model, but it's the Vulcan Z series from the Delta, or the T-Force series, sorry. So it's a T-Force series, which breaks out to the Vulcan Z series, but it's two 8GB sticks at 3200 megahertz, CL16, so it's pretty snappy RAM. 16 gigabytes is pretty much the standard for a gaming PC today. A lot of higher-end gaming PCs are coming in with 32 minimum, so that is probably one upgrade you'll probably want to do a little bit later down the road, which you can simply buy this exact kit on Amazon and add it to the PC later, and it's very simple to do. I can also help you with that as well. At 16 gigabytes, it's a great start. What else? Let's move on to the storage. It's going to be a 1TB M.2 NVMe SSD. And then we also have a NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1660 Super, which is a 6GB graphics card from the NVIDIA lineup, the GeForce GTX lineup. And it's 6GB GDDR6 192-bit, so you can pretty much run any title you want off that graphics card in 1080p, and it'll handle pretty much any game. So it's a great card to start with. And another item that you'll probably want to upgrade later down the road. So those two are probably the two key outside of the storage. But still a very solid PC to start out with. Next up is the case. This is a case by Apevia, which is the Prism PK, and it is in pink, which also includes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 120mm fans already installed. I did actually move these fans They don't come with the fans installed where they are. I moved them around and also rotated a couple of them so that the air flows the correct direction. I don't know why the manufacturer likes to send the fans in the wrong position and also in the pointing the wrong way so that the airflow is going the wrong way. That is a question for a Pivia, but I corrected that already, so we didn't have to do that on the stream. Next up is our power supply. We're going to be powering the entire unit with the 500 watt 80 plus bronze power supply in the back there. It's that orange and black box, and that is 80. It's not a modular power supply, but it's got everything that you need and all the power that you need for this build. Next up, last but not least, is our power supply cables. I got the white cable extensions for this PC because it's going to go really good with the white and pink theme that we already have going. There are going to be some black components inside the build, but that's not something we can really do unless we had a much more expensive budget to work with. So, without further ado, let's get started. Let's get started with this build. I'm going to send us over to a top-down view, and then from there, we're going to remove some of the components off the table and get started. All right. And yes, my shirt says, no, I will not fix your computer, but I generally wear this to family events, just for awareness. I will fix your computer if you have a problem, but disregard the shirt. Let's go. So we're going to get started with the motherboard, CPU, the RAM, and the SSD, and then we're going to drop that into the case and get the rest of the components in there. Should be pretty quick. We should be looking at about 1 hour on this, start to finish for the build stream. Shouldn't be too crazy. All right, the motherboard. The motherboard is a B450 by Gigabyte. Great board to start out with. I have to do some box crushing with this. Happy birthday! Yes, it's a good RTX 4070 for 4K with Ryzen 9 3900 Pro. Yeah, I mean the 4070 should be able to handle a little bit of 4K depending on what title you're trying to throw at it. But yeah, could be good. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the CPU, the AMD Ryzen 5. We're going to drop that into the AM4 socket. Go ahead and get, we can get a nice close-up on this one. That way we can see what we're doing. Camera just takes a moment to adjust. Here we are. Let's go ahead and get this out of the box, and we'll drop that into the socket. And then we'll move on to the RAM and the SSD. There's our Ryzen 5 CPU. You always want to be careful with that because the CPU itself has all the pins on the bottom of that. But once we have it in place, we drop that hammer and it locks it in place, so it's not going to go anywhere there. So next up, we have our 16 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 by Team Group GeForce Vulkan C. So each stick is 8 gigabytes, and we're going to be using slots A2 and B2 for this, which leaves you 2 empty slots for additional RAM if you want to just buy another one of these kits, which again are available on Amazon. I think they're around $40 right now. You can always add more RAM. That is one of the beautiful things of PC, is you can just keep upgrading it. One, push the drop the RAM into the slot. So the clips are clipped, and now we're ready to move on to our SSD. All right, so we've got a 1 terabyte NVMe M.2 SSD. This is Gen 3, and I believe this one has up to, I believe it's 21 or 3,000 megabytes. Don't have it listed. I think it's around 2100 megabits per second, which is pretty good for a Gen 3 SSD on a B450. Plenty fast for the setup. So what that means is, while loading up games, it's going to be super snappy, or when you're starting up the computer, it's going to be ultra fast. You're not going to be sitting around waiting for it to start up. Why? We just slot the SSD in place, and we use the M.2 screw. And your SSD is ready to go. We're actually ready to go grab that case to slap this board into that case. So give me a second. I'm gonna get zoomed back out here so we can see. Here is our dual chamber ATX mid tower in pink. It's the Pivia Prism PK. This is a micro, which means it's micro ATX, and it included the 5 fans that you see here, but these 2 fans do come pre-mounted on the top, and then these 2 fans on the side are actually flipped around the wrong way, and then this one was also flipped, rotated to the point where the cable was out here, and I really didn't like that, so I've already rotated all these fans to where I wanted them, so that we're good to go for the stream itself. So I've already been in the case, and that's what I already did pre-stream. We are ready to drop this motherboard into the case. You have to move one stud, not the right position. Then all right, back panel, our back I/O shield. This is what covers up the gaps between the USB ports on the back of the PC, so it fills in that gap, really for aesthetics and maybe static pressure, but we always make sure we install those. Just looks a lot better. If you don't have one, it's not impacting performance in any shape or form, except for making sure flow static pressure. Nope. Now we can finish mounting this motherboard with, I believe it's 6 screws that we have to do. That's good to go. So now that we have our motherboard installed, we can actually move on, since all the fans are installed as well. We'll get some of these connections for the front panel, which is the top here, our power button, LED buttons, USB ports. All of this needs to be plugged into the motherboard now, which are these cables that we're going to find here on the back. And we'll route these to the front and get them plugged in. And then we can move on to the liquid cooler for the CPU, which I prefer to use in this case. We could have gone with an air cooler, but I prefer the liquid cooler in this one. Plus the looks with the white and pink was going to be so much better looking. Badass look. Use my honesty. HD audio. So is this your first gaming piece? Yes, it is. Awesome. And what games are you planning to play on it first? What kind of gamer you are? Right, there we go. What we did down here was we installed or plugged in our power button and our LED lights up here, which are going to indicate when something's powered on or if there's data being transferred on the SSD or hard drives. So that's these cables here. The next one is USB 3.0. We could probably zoom in a little bit. But USB 3.0 right here, this big one. That is our blue ports on the top, which we just connected. And then this one here is USB 2.0, which are these two black USB ports. They're a little bit slower than USB 3.0 when it comes to data transfer speed. And then the last one is our HD audio connection over here in this bottom corner. And that's our HD audio ports up here at the top, which one is for the microphone and one is for your headset. And if you are coming from a console and you have a headset and it's a single AUX connection, you're going to need to have that split between the two connections, because if you plug it into one on PC, only one option is going to work, and that's going to be either your microphone or your sound on your headset. It's not going to work on both, are not going to work on a single connection. If you need that splitter, you can generally get a splitter on Amazon. I think they're about $8. And you can usually have them shipped next day. You honestly play everything, but mainly Rainbow Six, Call of Duty, Resident Evil, Minecraft, Valorant, Apex, and more. But they aren't coming to mind at the moment. Nice. Those are all good titles. My daughter, she plays a little bit of, or did play a little bit of Valorant. She plays a lot of Minecraft. I don't think she's playing Apex yet or anything else, any of that other stuff. But she likes to play PUBG with her old man, me. So sometimes we get to play together. All right, let's go ahead and get a little bit of a zoom back out, because now we're going to get the cooler mounted up here at the top, which is going to really help fill it in. So let's get that out of the spot. You know what? Before we do that, let's actually get our CPU EPS cable in. That needs to be plugged in right here in this corner. Because as soon as we put the radiator in up here, it's going to really make it difficult to get up there. So let's get that done first. That's cool you guys play together. Oh, thank you. I might try to have my dad as well. Yeah, get him into it. PUBG is really more my style. You know, can be a little aggressive, or what we call these days sweaty. I think that's the term kids use these days. But I like it because it's a little bit more relaxed rather than, for example, Call of Duty, which is just a little bit too much for me. Too much going on the screen, too much to know. I just need an arena, my weapon, and a goal, and I'm good to go. Although we did used to play Call of Duty, but it was, I think I stopped after the original Warzone was finished. After that, I was done. Started getting a little bit, getting to be a little bit too much. They also took away the sniper, and that is my #1 favorite thing to do, is snipe. And once they took away that one shot knock on Call of Duty, that was pretty much when I hung the hat up and said, I'm done with this game. No more Kar 98 Uzi mixes or DMRs. I'm done. What I'm doing now really quick is just getting these cable combs installed onto these extension cables, which are white, and really going to add to that white pink themed flavor for the build. Let me know if any of your friends have this cool of a PC. Built by one of the best in the state. And built live on stream. Can't really beat that. Yeah, as soon as, I think it was your mom that reached out to me, and had mentioned she was looking for a PC, and she mentioned pink. I haven't done a pink build in a while, and I was like, oh my gosh. I love doing pink builds because I don't get to do pink builds very often, and I love doing them. So, thank you. Better than doing another black or white one. Different. All right, there we go. I'm gonna just give it a little tug there so we can get our curved block. Want it to wrap around here, back to front. Going to connect here on the motherboard, which is what we call our 24-pin connection. This is what powers, or what powers the motherboard. Look at that. That theme is really starting to come together. Very educational and entertaining. Thank you. All right, so now we can get the cooler out. Because we don't really have anything else going in. Top there, other than the cooler itself. This is a 240 millimeter, what we call AIO, which stands for all-in-one liquid cooler. And the beauty about this is that we don't have to deal with any of the liquid because it's factory sealed. So it's a liquid cooler, and it's a complete loop that is factory sealed by the factory, so it's shipped completed. It'll last about 5 years before you have to start really looking at getting it replaced. And when that time comes, you're probably going to be on a new PC anyway, because of how rapidly technology is changing right now. So 5 years, you'll probably need to replace that. If you're still on the same PC, or if you reuse this for an upgrade, then just let me know when temps are getting too high, which I'll show you how to monitor that, and we can look at it and get it replaced. I mean, that's 5 years from now. Generally, PCs don't last that long when it comes to anymore, just because the software demands are rapidly increasing each year. I'd say you have a good 3 to 5 years on this PC before you're looking at a replacement. And you'll probably have some upgrades along the way, depending on what you want to change. So that's just the normal life cycle of a PC today for gamers. Oh, I'm all right. You done me right. I put the cables on the correct side this time. You don't have to manually rotate the fans to have the cables on the correct side. I love it. On the Frozen note, you have to make that change yourself. I don't understand why they don't put it on the correct side. And what I'm talking about is, with the cables being on this side, when I flip it over and put it on the top, the cables are going to be facing the back, not the front, because we don't want ugly looking cables on the front side. We want them in the back, where we can't see them. Alright, so what we're going to do is, before we stare at it funny while we're thinking about where the screws are, we're going to get the screws out of the hardware kit here and ready to go, because we need to mount it. Really use that? Well, that's a situation I didn't know about. Hold on, we have to change the mounting hardware before we get too far. I thought that this one used the clips, but I was wrong. So we just have to change out the hardware really. And I want to do that before I get too far along, because I might have to remove the motherboard. Do that. Shouldn't have to, but might. Possibility is still there. But I shouldn't have to. I could do it without it. We're going to reuse that back plate. Yeah. So what I'm talking about is the mounting hardware for the cooler on the CPU. We have to change that out. There we are. We're going to do one side at a time so we don't lose the back plate. If I removed both of those, back plate would drop out. Then we'd have kind of a problem on our hands. Also confirm which direction. Pretty sure it goes inward, but need to double check. It goes inward. Okay. Good thing I know what I'm doing. Sometimes I know what I'm doing. There we are. New mounting hardware. Now we could go back to where we were, which is getting ready to mount this AIO cooler. Screws out and ready to go. And thank you. And then we'll route these white cables through to the back. That way, it is what it is. Ah, back. Okay. We're in a good position now. So, gotta line this up and screw it in. Nice. Just what I wanted. Even more nice. Oh. They are. That is what we're looking for. That's pretty even on each side. We get one screw in there and one screw over here, and then it'll hold itself in so I don't have to sit here like a dinosaur T-Rex holding it one arm. There we go. Now it goes faster. Technically, you don't have to do all these screws. We could have just done one in each corner, and it probably would have been fine. But we do it right. All right. There we go. Look at that. Really starting to look like a pink and white gaming PC. All right, pull this sleeve off. Peel this guy off the bottom. Don't ever forget to peel these things off the bottom. A little piece of plastic film at the bottom to keep that copper nice and clean. Don't remove that. The heat from the CPU will not transfer to that copper, and you'll have an overheating CPU. Had several people build their own PC, bring it in saying it's overheating. Could not figure out why, and I pulled the cooler off and found out that it was the plastic. Hey, what's up, Stay? Stay Orange? Stay Orange? How are you? AD fixed. What? What's AD fixed mean? How's it going? Advertisement. Gotcha. I'm good just building my PC while watching. Oh, nice. You know, I've had several people do that lately. Building their PC while they're watching me build one here. Well, you know, we'll have a moment together. We're building PCs at the same time in different planets or different sides or different areas of the planet. That's probably the right. Different areas of the planet. I hope I don't mess up. Well, I mean, good news is you have instant chat support right now while I'm live. Do you want to race? Are you at least here? Race to the finish? I'm just kidding. In a system builder as well, just tired. Oh, gotcha. Now I hear ya. Yeah, yesterday I actually got some pretty good sleep. First time in a while. So, I'm feeling super fresh today. Thank goodness. Because we were originally going to be doing this build stream yesterday. The IO wasn't here yet. Didn't show up until today. That's why we didn't yesterday. So, all of a sudden, my evening was cleared. I said, you know what? I'm going to bed early. So I ate some dinner, turned on a show, laid down for once and relaxed. And fell asleep. There was nothing I could do for this system, which originally wanted to have ready to go for pickup. Not building it. Damn it. But it is what it is. Pertinent fucking time. Supposed to be here, yes. Never show. There we go. We're just mounting the block for the AIO to the CPU. This one's got a little bit of a spring action on the connections here, so it was a little tough. But we got it. Got it. They are. So I'm going to do it this way because, number one, I don't really want these laying on the graphics card. Do it the other way, they'll pretty much be laying across the card, which is going to transfer heat off the back of the card and onto the hoses, which is heat up the hoses, etc., etc., etc. So, better way to do it. So this is our pump and addressable RGB connection for the block. We're gonna run back to the back of the computer. However, the way I do that here. Sometimes talking to the cables helps. Your girlfriend saw how much you spent on the motherboard and gave me such a look. Well, your first mistake was letting her look at how much things cost. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Should have told her you had to buy another one or something. Alright. Those cables are ran. I might need a zip tie there real quick. Here. What are doing? Go. Okay. I just don't want it to look nice and clean. Film yeah here. Start to look. Oh. There. That was these two cables that we ran to that hole in the back, to the back of the PC, and then we'll deal with it here in a moment. So next, really? We could drop the graphics card in. Let's do that. which is the NVIDIA GTX 1660 Super. It's got 6 gigabytes of GDDR6, 192-bit. It's by Zotac Gaming. And then all we got to do is run the GPU cable, install a power supply, do some cable management, then we can fire it up. So we're about 20 minutes out. Great 1080p card. Since this day, still used. And yes, we have another white cable for it. Keep adding to that white flavor. White and pink. The only thing different I would have done is bought all white fans for this. It would have been pink and white. Really nice flow to it. But I didn't really have budget to do that. But that is something you could always change out if you wanted to later down the road. The unbeatable thing of PC is you can keep customizing it even after it's built. Kind of like a car. Changing it. Z790 Apex Encore. Holy smokes. Yeah, you did spend a pretty penny there. Motherboard. I don't blame her for dropping her jaw. Giving you the look. Pretty much the same cost as this entire PC build right here. The overbuilt VRMs. Yeah, I know. I mean, it's nice, especially if you're going to do overclocking, but... Picked up Team Group, 48 gigabytes, nice. 8,000 megahertz kit. Hope it runs well. Well, I mean, just make sure it's Intel XMP 3.0 certified. Hey, what's up, some giant idiot? Welcome back to the Build Show, sir. Over there on Twitch. We're doing a white-pink build, if you haven't gathered. Oh, it's hard to gather that. Point. I also really don't have the space to run it down here. It's going to be awkwardly ran this way. Might be able to see. It's a maybe. It's a maybe. Ow. That one poked me nice, good, well, very nice. Alright. Have to undo. Go on, get in there. There. There we are. Nice and clean. Yeah. Got to do some tuning to this 14900K out of the box. Nice. I know a guy if you need help with it. All right. Infamous power crisis. Cable crisis back here. Well, we're gonna make it even worse and drop a power supply in there. Okay, we're gonna clean it up. So, I know it looks like anxiety in a box, but we're gonna get through it. Good thing I have a lot of confidence in myself. Ooh, pink! Yeah, I know, it's pink and white. With a little bit of black mixed in, because can't really help that. Looks like a pink, white, a little bit of black. If I could have gone full pink and white here, I totally would. This is a 500 watt power supply we're throwing in here. Today's power supply. Non-modular, so we're have fun with all these. Little choice there. Hey, what's up? Remember me? You built me a PC? Yes. Yes, I do. How's the PC running? It's been a while. Generally, people don't come back unless there's a problem. Hopefully that's not the case. Or if they need an upgrade or something. That's about the only time I ever hear from customers. Yeah. They're enjoying their PC so much, they don't think of me. What's up? It was doing actually good? Oh, nice. What do you mean by doing, as if it was past tense? Is it still doing good? Still running good? Hey, Stay Orange, thanks for the subscription over there on Twitch. Appreciate you. Didn't see that a minute ago. 14 minutes ago, to be exact. All right. Power supply, 24 pin to 24 pin. Check. EPS, CPU connection. Well, 8 pin to 8 pin. Right direction. Check. And then our 8 pin PCIe. Here. Graphics card. Check. I'll actually tuck this one. I'll save that crap. Save that for last. Okay, the rest of these, don't care about. Now, we need to daisy chain these RGB connectors. Our pump. That's fun. Anyway. Okay, this is an RGB connection to an RGB connection to an RGB. There she goes. When is my birthday? I'm gonna ask my mom. Can she get some PC pieces so I could build my own PC? Yeah, definitely. Do. Yeah, I can help you guys find the right parts. Not a problem. Definitely. Run this over here. Flip it back over. Crap. That. Put it on that side. Okay. That is a addressable RGB connection, so it's what's connected to the motherboard. So when we load up the software will then be able to tell the fans what color to change to based on the software settings. That is the addressable RGB section. We're going to daisy chain hub to it as well. Simplicity. Started here. Now that everything's plugged in, except for this power connector to the hub, will do probably last. We can start doing some cable management. First off, clean up. I'm gonna go around that way. Has been special. Yep, and we'll undo because it's stuck behind the wire. Go. Now, under, and go here. Now, I'm going to, as close as I can, because I have a choice. This is probably the boring part, but also satisfying part of the stream. Hey sir, what is your videos of building your old PC so I can get help from that video? Which PC is that? Or which video? Or which PC build was it? I don't even know. Are you live on YouTube right now? Yes. Yes, I'm on Facebook, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Kick. I'm everywhere. Live, I stream to almost every service that I can think. Not on TikTok. A lot of criteria there that I don't have. Don't do a lot on TikTok. Okay. Try to get this up here. About it going anywhere. Not going. And it kind of needs to be accessible if action breaks loose there. So in the event that happens, next up we're going to 24 pin. Here in a moment. Want to make sure all these get down there. Cables hang out down here. Come on. Necessary. Thank you. Okay. Last but not least, crap, I think. Okay. Bit of power. Don't want. These are the last two cables we have to deal with. We're almost there to fire. We're almost there. Almost ready to fire this thing up. For the very first time. What do you think? Looking good? Are you almost finished? Yes. Yes, I'm almost finished. Why YouTube? Why I just found it? Nice. Can you build somebody a PC? Yes, I'm building actually Masha's PC today right now for her birthday. Looks great. Cable management is acceptable, Masha? Actually, is about as good as it's gonna get. A lot of cables in the back there on this one. Really, if you could get really granular with the cables, but takes well, not the fact that it takes a lot of time. But if we ever had to take any of this apart, it's a really pain in the butt when you get too granular. So this is clean, organized, easy to access if we ever needed to. Come on. Must have bent one of these. I don't know why this panel does not want to go on. It's like hanging up on the lip. Okay, done messing around with that. Weird. How big of a pain in the butt that get on there. Gonna turn 17. Nice. And tomorrow is your sister's birthday. Well, happy birthday. All right, we're finally in a position now where we could fire this awesome pink bee stuff. I just need to clean up some of this hardware here on the table, and then we'll fire it up. Then we get to see what it looks like for the very first time, so start counting down, or if I don't know. And then hopefully I'll have it ready to go. Or I'll get you guys switched side view. All right, side view coming here soon. The screen near you. There we are. Let's pan down just a little bit. All right. Are you ready? Ready for me to hit this power button, Masha? Let me know when you're ready. We're waiting on you. Yes. All right. 3. Wait a second. Forgot the dust filter. All right. 3, 2, 1. I'm just kidding. Here we go. Come on, do you think I wouldn't build a PC right? Trying to find rainbow. So many different modes. Hardware. Whatever. There's a blue and a purple. Or a pink and a purple and a pink. I don't know. There's like 4 or 5 different colors there. Kind of blends. Looking good. Sounds pretty good. And we've got a post, by the way. Post is power on self-test. Kenneth, thank you. Thank you. Power on self-test, which means it's recognized all the core components required to boot up. So we're already booting to Windows 10 or Windows 11 setup. We did it! We did. Some giant idiot. We did. Yes, I'm super excited. Yeah, once I get the software installed, we'll be able to sync all the lights to the software, and then you'll just be able to open up the software and choose what color and mode you want on the fans, etc. But with Gigabyte, it likes to do this. It likes to start out with this poop orange because Gigabyte orange, it's their themed color. I call it poop orange. I don't know why, but they're like, here, let's make your first PC experience when you first turn it on orange. I don't think anybody wants orange. There's like maybe 1 or 2 people that have ever requested orange. Okay, thank you. Yeah, no problem. And I'll have that all set up for you. So, there it is. The PC. Built. Now we got to see if Ben can finish it today before so you can come pick it up. I'm not sure what game do you think I should play. Hi. What's your favorite game? If it's Minecraft, that's definitely a good one. Alan Wake or Helldivers. Helldivers is fun. Yeah, Helldivers is fun, especially if you have a crew of a couple of people to play with. It's always fun. For democracy. Personally, I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually played Helldivers yet. I've only watched it, watched streamers play it, and I just haven't had time to download it or install it and play it. I'm lucky if I get to sleep at night. You get my friends? Nice. Squad up. Awesome. Well, I will be in touch. I think I have your mom's phone number. So I'll give her a ring once I have it ready here today. But it should be in about an hour, maybe an hour and a half before I have it ready to go. Okay? So I'll let you guys know when it's all set and ready to come pick up. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's all I've got for the stream today. I am going to jump off, and we're going to finish up Masha's PC here so that she can come pick it up today for her birthday, and so she can start enjoying it through the weekend. So I'm sure she's excited to have the weekend off and to enjoy her new birthday present. So, thank you everybody for hanging out with us on another stream Friday night, Friday evening. Bill Joe. I don't know what we got coming up here. We've got a couple of different stream options coming up here. I do have another build I have to do, but I'm probably not going to do that until next week. So, that being said, I'll see you guys next week. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. And happy birthday, Masha.